Hey guys, Rhiannon and Crisp here from the OT Lifestyle Movement. Thank you so much for everyone who responded to the poll that I put out last night about the kind of information that you want to soak up in this group. We've got some great responses there, and I wanted to dive into one of the questions that was asked in the comments section by Joanne. So Joanne asked, how other OTs are trailblazing while balancing and tending to the needs of a family. Now, this is something that I feel I can talk on. I'm not saying I'm trailblazing, but I can talk on managing a business and doing online work as well as raising a family. And often without my husband, because he goes away on long trips overseas for up to 5 months. You know, I have done some really long stints without him while in lockdown. So while homeschooling, while managing a business locally, while doing online work, you know, trying to juggle it all. So I want to go through some tips and some strategies that I use in my business and my personal life to really help me to thrive and to separate the two, because that's important. So I'm going to go through 5 things with you. So the number 1 is to clearly define your goal or your vision, to really get a good understanding of what it is that you want. And this can take the form of journaling. Maybe it's a vision board. Maybe it's writing out your goals. I tend to keep everything up in my head. I keep a lot of things in my head, and then I will type out notes on the computer. They're not sort of specific goals, and they're not always time bound, because I feel if I attach time to it, it can be quite stressful, because life is just constantly changing and I can't always meet those goals. However, I do tend to have a bit of a flexible time frame in my head for when I want to release the documentary, or when I'm going to have the online course come out. But if it doesn't go to plan, I'm okay with that. But know what you're aiming for. You've got to know what you are working towards. So really take some time to get clear and get some clarity around your vision and your goal and the direction that you're headed. And part of this too is the energy that you need to maintain, because once you're clear with this, you will bring that energy, that focused, intentional energy to the work that you do. So number 2 is leverage. This is so important. This is a really important principle to get, guys, if you are wanting to start making more progress within your business. So basically, leverage is if you can delegate tasks in your business to someone who can do it in half the time and at half the cost, then that's what you need to be doing. So let's say, for example, bookkeeping. Let's say bookkeeping costs $50 an hour, but you're still doing it. It's something that you're still doing at home because you can, because you know what you're doing. But if someone is a bookkeeper is charging $50 an hour, and your occupational therapy fees are $200 an hour, you're crazy if you are not outsourcing that, because your time is so much more valuable. You're better off spending your 1 hour earning that $200 and outsourcing that $50 an hour work. And that can be for bookkeeping. That can be for writing up a blog post. That could be for doing your social media. That could be for something at home. That could be for someone who comes in and does your laundry or who cleans the house. And that 1 hour or that 3 hours that you're outsourcing at $30 or $50 an hour, you are getting that time back. You are getting that time back that you're not having to spend to do those jobs that aren't worth your time. And you can then spend that time in the high-end parts of your business, the high-value parts of your business, or with your kids and your family. So time is such an important concept that you need to wrap your head around, and leverage is what is going to propel your business forward, because you need to be spending your time on that high value stuff, not the low value stuff that someone else can do in half the time and at half the cost. Number 3 is consistency. This is another really important concept to get in your business. So when I think about consistency, I think about the compound effect. Let me know in the comments below if you have ever heard about the compound effect. There's a great book called The Compound Effect if you want to read more about it. But basically, I'll tell you a little story. So I'll give you an example. If you were asked, would you prefer $1 million right now? Or would you take 1 penny that doubles every day for a month? What would you take? Most people would take the $1 million right now. But that 1 penny that doubles every single day ends up being a lot more than that $1 million. Even at day 10, that 1 penny is only at about $5. But as those days go on, that penny continues to double and double and double until the 30th day. The 30th day, you're at $5 million. And the 31st day, you're at $10 million from that 1 penny. And this compound effect shows that consistency and doing the same thing, like it could be a habit that you do over and over again, it compounds and the results compound. So taking this into your business and understanding that whatever you do, if you are consistent at it, those results will start to compound. It's not about this sprint. It's not about, quickly doing this sprint and getting out all this content or, marketing just at one time. It's really about this consistency in your business, continuing to show up, doing the work, whatever the work is, and creating habits around your own daily rituals and your own rhythm that support the work that you want to do. So that's number 3. And I also wrote down here, actually, as part of this consistency topic, is Seth Godin. So I don't know if many of you have heard of Seth Godin, but he's an author, he's an entrepreneur, he is just a genius in the marketing world. He started writing blogs over 20 years ago. He started writing books, he's done a lot of things, but his blog posts, I think, initially started as an email newsletter, and then they transformed into a blog when blogs came out. So this is over 20 years ago. He has written a blog post every single day for over 20 years. Every single day. And he talks about, he doesn't have this brain fatigue having to think about, am I going to write today or aren't I? The only question he needs to ask himself is, what will I write about today? And it can be a 90-second blog post that it will take him to do, or it could be a lot longer. But the point is that he stayed consistent with that. And he is very, very, very highly successful, very well known in the industry. And of course, with that consistency, not only has his success grown, but it has grown because his own personal development has improved along the way. So when you become consistent enough at anything, of course, you're going to get better at it. So think of those things that you want to get better at, that you need to stay consistent at in your business. And even if it brings you fear, like, oh my gosh, live videos brought me fear so much. But just jumping on that, getting over the hurdle, getting over the barrier, and doing the work. So that's number 3. Number 4 is to be present. Now, this can be in your business or in your home life. So in your business, when you're in your work zone, It's about being truly laser focused on the work that you're doing. Now, sometimes this might mean like setting an alarm. So I know sometimes for case notes, I want to be really efficient in the time that I am writing my notes. So I'll set like 10 minutes and I want to get it done in 10 minutes. I don't want to take any longer than 10 minutes to write a case note. So I'll set it and then I'll go, and it's like race against the clock, like get it done so I can get other important things in my business done. And often too, we fall down the rabbit hole of, an alarm or alert comes up, a pop-up notification for our emails. We check it, we end up replying to it. We have all these sensory distractions these days. So if we can reduce as many distractions as we possibly can so that we can focus on whatever it is that needs our attention at that time in our work zone, then do that. Likewise, with family, when we are with our family, turn off the phone, put it away, stop checking whatever you have to check, and just be fully present with your family at that time. This can be really hard because sometimes the lines between work and play and work and family can be a little bit blurred. And, this can be okay because this sometimes means that you can be more flexible, but it also means that you need to just create space when you're spending time at home with your family. So the last one is all about finding people who will support you on your journey, finding a community, finding a coach, finding someone who is going to be in your corner and who is going to really just be that sounding board, be that cheerleader, be that person who is going to really take you to that next level. Because you can't do it alone. It takes so much longer to do it by yourself without seeking the support of other like-minded, energized, enthusiastic people who will want to be there with you on your journey. And it's not just about the people who, are kind of just going to go, oh, good job. This is, you're doing so great. You want your people to say, okay, how can you up level? You want people to really propel you to that next level. So find those people, seek them out, find communities like this where you can grow with other people, alongside other people who understand your journey. It can be a very lonely journey in business, in entrepreneurship, if you do it by yourself. And it can be tough, and you just don't have that support to lean back on when times get really tough. So seek out a community, seek out a coach, seek out like-minded individuals who get it. They are my top 5 tips: goal and vision, leverage, consistency, be present, community or coach, or both, and everything, all of that. And I think the most important thing above all, when we're talking about business and we're talking about family, is it has to be sustainable, right? There is no point starting this if you know in 6 months' time you're going to go, it's just not working. Like you're getting grey hairs and you're just stressed out to the max. You've got anxiety. You can't sleep because your to-do list is so long. I have certainly been in places where I've just been so stressed that, you start to question what you're doing and whether it's all worthwhile. So make sure that what you do is sustainable. Make sure that you are carving space out for your family and that you are fully present there for them, because at the end of the day, that is all that matters. They are here with you on this journey, and they're your biggest supporters. They are your biggest fans, and they want you to succeed. But you need to make that space for them, and it needs to be really purposeful time and intentional that you spend with them. So that is how I would answer that question. If anyone else has any other suggestions, please let us know in the comments below. I'd love to hear it. And if you have any other questions that you'd like to ask, just go back to that poll and write it in there, and I will respond to them and I'll make my way through those. But otherwise, good luck. You can do it. Trailblazing and balancing family life is totally possible. Just follow those 5 steps and you can make it work for you. You absolutely can. Anything is possible. Find, and you know what, I'll add number 6, find someone that inspires you. Find someone who has been there before, who has already taken the path that you want to take. Listen to them. Immerse yourself in their world. Read their books. Read their blog posts. Find out what it is that made them successful. And success looks different for everyone. So find those people that have walked the path before you and follow in their footsteps. Take what resonates with you. This is what I do. I have got so many books, so many people that inspire me, that are constantly inspiring me. I've got a podcast in my ears, or I'm always reading through different books. Find those people that light you up. And that is a little piece of the puzzle. It's a little, it's part of the trail that you can follow. So all the best. Good luck, guys. Talk to you soon. Carpe diem.